Hey, welcome back to my channel. I'm Krista. I'm anointed with a message. I just wanted to come on here and share some words of encouragement and just wanted to share some things that I was processing and reflecting on from recent conversations and, things within even like the last month. So if you find value, just like the video, comment below, subscribe if you want to stay connected here. Okay, so I was having a conversation with someone and they were just kind of like uncertain about what's going to go on, with the election here. And I was just trying to encourage them and, just speaking their life and just, God is still going to move. Doesn't matter what's going to happen here. And, you don't have to be afraid here. You don't have to be, you don't have to fear here. God is going to help, us through whatever's going to happen here. All we got to do is just focus on him, and I was just trying to get them to understand just that God is still going to move. He turns things good. He makes good out of everything. And I was just reflecting on the words that someone spoke to me like a month ago. And I was encouraging them, to try and let go of their past here. And they said, it's easier said than done here. And I was really reflecting on those words a lot tonight here. And I reflect a lot on this person's words that they tell me, a lot. And I was really thinking, like, that is so true. It is easier said than done. Meaning sometimes it's not so easy. And I remember what it was like for me, where there were things that weren't that easy giving. It wasn't easy giving things up. It wasn't easy letting go of the control. But I could tell you that knowing what I know right now, it's worth it to give up the control. It's worth it because I've seen God move when I have given up the control. I've seen him move in my life. And sometimes it's hard to give things up and to let go of the past, because the fear and the anxiety can feel real. It could feel real. But I just remember hearing so many times in my wilderness season about just like how important it is to close the door. Close the door. Like you can't have two doors open. You got to shut one door in order for God to open another door for you. Because he doesn't allow the past and the new to be open. Like you got to shut the old to get into the new. And in Isaiah 43, I think it's verse 19. Hold on here. Let me read it here. In Isaiah 43:18, it says, "Forget the former things, do not dwell on the past. See, I am doing a new thing. Now it springs up. Do you not perceive it? I am making a way in the wilderness and streams in the wasteland." So I was just so heavily focused on, like, okay, Krista, if I want the new thing, that God has for me, then I don't have any other choice but to shut the door to the old things, the things that God was telling me to shut the door on. I didn't have any other choice. And so I just came to that point like, well, okay, then. That's what I have to do, then that's what I have to do. Then I guess I'm going to have to shut the door. And I guess God's confirmations were enough for me. That's what I looked at. I looked at, okay, this is your plan. That's enough for me. You showed me enough. And that's why I didn't have any other choice but to let it go, but to shut the door. And, I remember waiting. Like, God, when are you going to do something? When are you going to step in? When are you going to do something? But then he was actually waiting on me here. I remember so clearly. I even remember who the person was that spoke into my life. And they said, Krista, God's waiting on you to do it. He's waiting on you. You know, and I really took that to heart here. Like, you're right. You're right. God is waiting on me. Sometimes God is waiting on you to do it. He's waiting on you to shut the door so that he can do that new thing in your life here. And it's not easy. It's not easy. But you have to make a choice. You have to make a choice. Do you want the new thing that God wants to do in your life? See, that's the thing that you have to make the decision on. Do you want to stay where you are? Or do you want to move forward into the new thing? That's the decision that you have to make here. Just give me a minute. Just give me a moment here. Yeah, I think that's all I've got to say on that. But I just want to encourage y'all that just try and take your hand off that wheel just a little bit. All you need is just a little bit of faith. But I know that once I started to surrender the control, once I started doing that, God proved his faithfulness to me. He's proven it to me in many ways. Especially financially. Because if I look at the hours I work, the amount I make, it doesn't look good. But God makes a way when there isn't a way. And he moves through people. He moves through people. Where, bam, I get an opportunity to work a side job here where I can get some extra funds. Or, bam, someone sows into my life that I wasn't expecting. I started reflecting on that this evening, and I just started tearing up at God's faithfulness. And I had a vision of someone. They had some money in their hand here. And it kind of looked like they were unraveling it to give it to me. And I kid you not, this person gave me money today. That very person in my vision last night gave me money today. God isn't a liar. He is good. He is faithful. And when you start to take your hand off the wheel and allow him to move, he will show you that he is faithful. And all of those things that he's His goodness and how he has proven himself to me and his faithfulness, that's why I am able to continue to move forward. And this is why I have the faith that I have today, is because I started taking my hand off the wheel and he started to prove his faithfulness to me so much that I trust him. And every time the enemy tries to whisper things in my ears to cause me to be a little bit anxious, no. I'll just say, Lord, I'm choosing to trust you. I'm choosing to trust you because you haven't failed me yet. You haven't failed me yet, and you're not going to start now. You know, he really does take care of you. If you are showing up for him, that's love. When you show up for someone, that is love. And you showing up for him is showing him love. And when you show up for him, he's going to show you that he's faithful and that you can trust him. So just start taking your hand off of the wheel. Even if it's just a little bit, just start taking your hand off the wheel and letting go of the surrender. And allow him to bring you through what he wants to bring you through, to walk you through where he wants you to go. Okay? He's faithful. So, anywho, I hope that this has encouraged you, that has blessed you, and that it has increased your faith. All right, I'll see you all next time as the Lord leads. Thanks for being here.